Great. So, how are you, Lucy?
I'm doing excellent. How about you?
I am happy and great. I'm happy that you're here, actually. So, welcome everyone to Empowering the Next Generation podcast with Coach Helen. It is my first time going live. I'm so excited that Lucy, my friend, a close friend that I just met recently, we share so much values together. We have the same kind of mission in life, and it's just a pleasure that she decided to come on the podcast with me to just empower other parents like her who've been in the journey of helping their teens become the best version of themselves. So, hi, Lucy.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for having me here. And it's so funny how God does things. Like, I would say, like, just last month, we didn't even know each other. I didn't even know you
Yes,
existed. I didn't even know it.
same here. Yeah.
And we got someone, an amazing
It's
lady.
Kim. Welcome, Kim.
She introduced us together. She put us together. She was like, you guys have to know each other. And
Yes,
I came to find out that the things that are so dear to my heart are dear to your heart as well. The youth,
yes,
training
yes.
the leadership, giving them the amazing tools that they need in order for them to have a better career and in the future. So that is who I am, and I've been doing it for so long. And
Yes.
I find out like you're doing the same thing. That's even
Same here. And the beauty of everything is that, we are not jealous about each other. You doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, and we just collaborate. I just think it's so natural and so simple. And we need more people like that who just encourage each other in the journey where they are, and it's just the genuinity of the relationship. It's just
Yeah,
amazing. I love it.
actually, I would say I'm grateful that I found someone who has the same vision that I have. Because you see, sometimes you have a very heavy burden on your heart, and you just don't know who to share that with, because
Yes.
you talk to some people and that's not, they're like, oh, that sounds great, but that's your thing, girl. Just do your thing,
Yes.
and
Yes.
you feel kind of alone in your purpose, and you feel like, okay, why am I? Who can help me? Who understands what I understand? So I'm so
Yes.
grateful that. And the funny thing that I will say though, before introducing myself, and I know your audience
No,
doesn't
it's
take
fine. I just love it. Let it flow. Let it flow,
yeah,
girl.
but I have to say one thing, that when I met you for the first time, you told the exact every single thing that you do, you actually try to empower that youth, the same people that I'm empowering, I'm trying to empower, and you do it as a teacher, as an educator.
Mm,
I don't have children, but you do it because you work with them every single day. You know them, you see them in classrooms. So you know exactly what they need and what is lacking, what is missing. And I am a mother. I'm a mother, and of course I'm a coach. I'm a career coach and everything. I work with adults and in teens. But the difference here is I am that mother who who has teens in the house. I have young leaders in the house. I have future brave leaders in my home. So my work and your work can come
match.
together because
Yes,
you see them in classrooms and I live with them in the house. Lord,
exactly. Exactly. This is amazing.
I'm so grateful. I didn't know you existed when God brought you to my way. I was like, God, thank you so much, because now
It is.
I have someone I can share that with you. But listen, I know I have to. We just you started talking and I didn't even
And
introduce
no,
myself.
and the thing is that we have the same mentor as well. We have Dr. Masmaro that really changed our lives. So this already gave a click, to the relationship,
Yes, the foundation
because
is the same. The foundation is the God principle from the Bible, and that's amazing. Kingdom
yeah,
principle, exactly what the
yes.
Lord wants us to have. So everyone,
Hmm.
I'm getting excited already. You can tell, because this is my passion.
I know.
I know I have to say who I am to your audience. My name
So
is
yeah, say who you are, Lucy.
Yes, my name is Lucie Matsouaka. I am in the US. You are in England.
In England, yeah.
You see, it's funny how that works. So I'm in the US. I'm in a state called North Carolina. I I have two children. My son is going to turn 18 this year. Ooh. My daughter is going to be 14 this year,
14.
and they are amazing. And I tell people, first I'm a mother, and I know people are like, yeah, it's not a profession yet. Listen, this is the responsibility that God gave me. He sent me those two children, and I know I have that responsibility I have the responsibility to make sure that they have the knowledge and they have the tools to become what God wants them to become. So this is my job number one.
And you know what I like with you, what you're saying is that I know that there are so many parents who are not on the same level as you are, because yes, they believe that they are responsible to help their teens, but to what extent? And that's what I want you to actually
we
talk
definitely
about. To what extent? Because the topic today is give them what you wished you had.
Exactly.
Give what you wished you had. And this is something that it's not just having the responsibility, but is really how much you can give them so they can actually be poured into, so they can even become better at what you have accomplished at your age.
Absolutely.
And this is one of the things that my passion is really to help parents to see that, yes, investing in your teens, in your children is important, because you need to give them the best of yourself in so many levels of the things that you actually experience yourself. And that's what you're going to share today, is like the journey of you as a parent, how you empowered your teenagers to become who they are today, and how you became the mother that you wish you had. So you could see that your teen are actually achieving even better than you when you were their age. So this is the beauty of the podcast today. And we are encouraging any parents who have children, even if it's from who are like 11 or 12, but at least when they're younger, you can still drag them to grow into fulfillment. And that's what we are trying to talk about today, how we can give them the best that we have. And you already are doing it, so that's why I wanted you to be on the podcast, because you have the secrets. You have the secrets. You have the secrets.
I have a part of the secret. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to share exactly what I do. Okay, I'm going to try.
Exactly. So now, the first thing is that just talk about the topic. Oh, you want to say something? Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick that before being, I mean, like I said, my first responsibility, and because we're talking about helping our youth, I just want to make sure that your audience hears me saying I am a parent. That's why I wanted to be my first responsibility is being a parent. That's who I am. But in real life, in my professional life, I'm a career coach. I'm a senior professional career coach. But what I do is I do not believe just because I don't believe in helping people just look good on paper before they go to a job interview and everything. And I don't even believe that having a very successful career is just having a job. Just because of that, I'm that type of, I chose to be that unique type of career coach who says, you know what, instead of letting those kids grow and making mistakes, and then when they get to the job, they can't even stay in the job because they don't have the qualification. Because you can be good on paper, you can have that PhD, you can have that master, you can know the skills and to do your work, but how about your personality? How about who you are? Can you stay in those doors? Because if your attitude sucks, they're gonna fire you. Period. That's where I come in. That's the reason why, as a career coach, I chose not to be a regular career coach like everybody else. I choose to start underneath and help those young people have the right foundation, so that once they get over there, once they become adults, once they become those CEOs, those I don't know, doctors, lawyers, or whatever they decide to do in their life, they have the foundation. The foundation, unfortunately, people think it's out there in the skills, but it's in the heart. That's where it starts. So that's it. So as for me, like I see, this is a topic that is extremely dear to me. I remember, like, I had the opportunity, also the chance to teach in a few times about the giving your children what you wish you had. When I say that, I remember the first time I said that, some people were like, "Oh, you can't just give everything." And I said, "I agree. You can't just give everything that you wish you had." And I agree with them, because when it comes to the material thing, the stuff, I'm not that person who's going to say, "Oh, if I didn't grow up rich, then my kids have to be rich. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about material. I'm not talking about clothes. I'm not talking about shoes, because this is the mistake that some parents make. A lot of parents, they have kids just because they struggled in their lives when they were young, maybe because they didn't have shoes. I'm not gonna accuse, I don't want to make you feel bad, parents, but this is how I want this. This is the way I see it. You work hard. You work really, 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 really hard. Imagine that you come from a poor family. You work really hard, and now you have kids, and you swear that, you know what? Because I struggled, my kids are not going to struggle. Because I went 1 or 2 days without eating, my kids are not going to go through that. I agree with that, but unfortunately, some parents go overboard and they start spoiling the kids. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about, and that's the danger, because if you are a parent and you start thinking, because I didn't have this, I'm going to have to give them a lot of stuff, you're going to destroy your children. Destroy them, because they will have so much. You struggle so hard to have those things, and now you give them everything for free without teaching them that they have to earn things, without teaching them that
the value.
The value of those things. You don't take time to teach them that they have to earn, they have to work hard to get stuff. Unfortunately, they're going to take not only your gift for granted, but they're going to take you for granted. They think that you're supposed to do everything for them, and that is a no for me. I'm sorry, it's a no for me. When I talk about giving your children what you wish you had, I'm talking about the knowledge. I'm talking about, listen, I wish I had an amazing father. I'm not even gonna act like to you. Those who know me, they know how I loved my father. He was an amazing man. He worked for the government in my country. He was, well-known, very respected man in the entire country. My mom was very tough on us. She knew she was not going to let us do certain things. I am so grateful for my parents. My dad passed away already. My mom is still alive. Thank God. When I look back, I'm so grateful for the fact that they were firm with us. But I wish they had the information that I have today. They did their best. So listen to me, parents. When you are parents and you look back and you say, "Oh, my parents didn't give me this, my parents didn't give me that." Remember, they did what they could do at the time. They give you what they have in their hands at the time. But how is it that I can put myself in a position today where I say, you know what, my parents had, I lived in a house where we didn't lack anything. I had food, we had maids, we had people to take care of. I was going to school with a chauffeur, all that stuff. That thing is taken care of. But I'm not talking about the material that I had to grow. I had a chance to grow up with. I'm talking about some information that I didn't have. I wish I had them. And when I decided in my mind, like, you know what, if I knew this, knowing what I know now, if I had the information that I have today early, I was going to be definitely a different person. Now, my purpose, my goal is to make sure that my children get the information early. My children get the knowledge early. My children read the right books early.
And that you are already tapping into the next question that I want to ask you. So what are the habits that you created with your teens to become leaders? And share the story of your daughter. Okay, like how it happened, and the story of your son as well, in a nutshell, like 1 minute, 2 minutes maximum. Just share that with us.
Okay. My kids, actually, what we did, to be honest with you, we started extremely early. We started to, like I know some parents here are going to have, some parents here have kids who are not teenagers, and that's a good thing. Take advantage. This is information is for you, because if you start early, you have a better chance. Don't wait. My kids, we started, when we talk about empowering them early, we started with not only teach them how to read early, but we did and finding the right book and making sure that we take away from them the wrong books, because that affects them, the mindset. That's the first thing we did. The second thing that we did was when we started to realize that, remember, when my son turned like 12, 13, I was like, oh, I've never had a baby who's this age. I don't know, with puberty and teenage years, things are going to change, and his mindset is going to start to change. I didn't know what to do. So guess what I did? I decided to grow more. I decided to learn and grow and build my foundation. Because here's the thing, guys, the best way to teach your child is do it yourself. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Simple.
Listen to me. You are not going to tell me that you listen, parents, if I hear you complain that, oh, my kids are always watching TV or whatever, they're always on TV. How often are you watching TV?
That's it.
How often? Okay. Oh, my kids don't like to read. Do they see you read books?
That's it.
I'm not even gonna be. Listen, I'm not even playing with that part. When a parent comes to me and say, "Oh, Lucy, I don't know how you do it. Well, how come your kids love books and they're always writing books? They always read. I don't even have a cable in the house. That's how bad it is. Like, I'm not gonna say. I mean,
it's not really bad, but it's a good thing for them.
It's a choice that I need.
Yes.
Is it it's a choice? I don't know. I'm not judging anybody. What I'm saying is, I know what works for me. And I know in society right now, kids are extremely intelligent, they're smart. In order for me to be able to guide them, I had to start early with some habits. You cannot complain. Parent, listen, you can't complain that the devil is in your house, if you put the devil yourself. You are the adult. You're the one who has the money. You have influence, you have the leverage. Use that leverage. If you take care of your kids, it means you have money. For me and my husband, we decided to take away the TV first. We didn't want distraction. When it comes to the internet, we monitor. We have to.
And that's when you protect your house as well as a parent, and you don't allow yourself to really be influenced by other parents, because you want the best for your teen. And this is, I think, one of the things that parents don't understand, is that they are the leader of the house. They are the one who are in control of things, and like you removing TV. Yes, I have some parents who say, but they need to have fun. They're teenagers, they're children. Yes, I don't blame that part. I think it's important that you have a balance as a parent, as a teen, to enjoy life, but at the same time, when your time to enjoy is more prevalent in your study time or your time where you build yourself as a person, then it's a problem. And this is the thing that we have in society nowadays, is that people just have fun all the time and don't understand that investing in yourself is key and important. And then you have, after that, adults who are trying to fix their life because they never had the proper guidance when they were young, and they are looking to find themselves and their purpose, trying to find coaching assistance, everything at an age that I don't think it's a bad thing, because they're still trying to grow and change, but that has to be changed when they're younger, because we are growing, we are building a better society. And by being a better society, it starts with empowering teenagers, empowering young people to really become the person that we want them to be, so society can be better and we can create more holistic families and relationship in so many aspects, in finances, because we try to do the opposite. We focus on adults. There are so many coaching for adults, a lot of programs for adults, but how about teenagers? Even like parents, they don't understand the value of investing and paying for stuff for their teenagers, because they think they are too young. There is nothing like too young.
Exactly. Let me touch into that point, because like you said earlier, what we did exactly when we started to invest early in that area. Because like you just said, and that's very key, we don't have to wait until adults are broken to try to fix them. Yes. I don't want to fix broken adult. I want to make sure that I do my part. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but the same way failure is predictable, success is predictable as well. Both are predictable. When you see kids doing stuff, I mean, the people who don't understand that success is predictable, they just don't understand simple things. As, for example, if you see someone smoking every single day, you can tell he's going to have cancer. How do you know? You know, because failure is predictable because of actions. So so what we did was, for example, like I said earlier, we started early, reading the right books. What we did though, because I know I can. My husband and I, we know that these are not our children. This is the way I see it. So that let me try to put it in a way that parents can understand. These are not my children. These are God creatures. Mm-hmm. God created them, and He chose us to bring them in this world.
That's it.
That's a fact, and that's the truth.
That's it.
I am just responsible for nurturing them and guiding them and leading them until God takes over. Now,
that's it.
From birth to until they become adults, it's only about 18 to 21, 25 years old. God is doing the work with me. We do it together. I ask God for every single day. I said, God, I have no idea. I've never raised a kid before. Please help me. So when I find my source, I go to His word. I'm not even playing. I go to what He says. And I say, this is what you say. Let me, and I try to apply onto my kid. Where I feel stuck, I call for Him. I say, please help me because I'm stuck. I do not want to be responsible for misleading your children. You are responsible. I'm not playing because it's a huge responsibility. I know one day I'm going to face the Lord and He's going to tell me, I gave you 2 kids. What did you do with them?
That's it. It's all about responsibility. Yeah.
Another thing that we know. So that's why we do. We pray together. We give them the tools. And wherever I feel like I don't know, for example, if when it comes to the things that I know I cannot give them, because some parent will say, you say, give them what you wish you had. Yes, if you don't have the tools, you can find them in books. You can find them in other people. For example, my daughter, she would love to become a journalist. I'm no journalist. I don't even want to do that type of stuff. But guess what? I know because she told me what she would like to become. Now I know what to do. I started to guide her. I know, okay, this is in order for you to do that. These are the resources you have to get in order for you to become that. Now, early, she also wants to be a chef in her life. And since we realized that it was a passion for her, when she turned 9 years old, like 8, 9, she was cooking with me already a lot. So 8, 9, it became very serious. So at 10, we allowed her to have a cooking show on Facebook and YouTube. So just for her to practice, because people say like, oh, it's not an easy thing to let your kids out there, to be honest with you. It takes time, energy, it takes support. But for us, it was a way for us to say, this is your dream. You said you want to be a chef. You want to have a cooking show when you become an adult. Let's practice. Let's use this platform to practice. So we created that. We done, and she went on to grab all the recipes that she loved, and she put them in a book. When she was 11 years old, she published her first book. It's a cookbook. Wow. Amazing. It's an amazing book. Wow. And the name of the book is Who Says Kids Can Cook. And during this pandemic, last year, when the pandemic hit, my kids got together and said they were just so frustrated. Was frustrated because like all the kids are struggling right now with this pandemic. Emotionally, they're depressed. So one of the things that we did with them, again, we sat down with them and said, hey, listen, we already taught you how to do this. Instead of being frustrated and feel miserable, how can you turn this frustration in something positive? In something positive. So they sat down and they wanted, my daughter and I, we were talking one day and she said, when this thing is over, I would like to write a book about this. And I said, why do you want to wait when it's over? When right now there are people who are struggling and who would love to hear from you. And they got together, my son and my daughter. That was last year. They were 13. I mean, they were actually 12 and 16 when they did it published. Actually, I have a copy here. This is the second edition right here. So
Sweet. They wrote. I like that.
It's really good. It's a book for kids. For actually, okay, I'm going to show you some images and then inside. You see how it is? So it's actually instead of being frustrated and doing nothing, they transform their frustration into something productive. So nice. They sat down, they got together, and they wrote a story about the COVID, the pandemic, whatever's going on, to help parents explain what is going on to their kids who are between 3 and 9 years old. So because they're already teenagers, they were able to take their knowledge to go down and help parents who have babies, so they can share the story and read the story so they can understand. So these are just ideas. So that's the thing that we do with them. So today they both published authors. This is a blessing, but they're not special. They're not unique. Any teenager can do this. I'm not. I'm just going to put that
and the thing that I see as well is that when you're sharing that is because there are a lot of teens out there who don't know what they want to do. They are not really sure. Your teens know, because I believe as well, you are a parent who are in leadership. You are a parent who know your vision. You're a parent who know your purpose. You are a parent who know where you're going and you have clarity of the things that you want to achieve. And there are parents who don't know like things about themselves, and this has a major impact on their teenagers or their children, because they don't really see being demonstrated what it is to be a healthy and whole adults. And that's one of the things that I see as a teacher, as an educator as well, is that a lot of teens don't know what to do because they don't have the guidance. They're just lost in their thoughts about the things because they don't have the right models and the right things to do.
Yeah. Can I just say something real quick about it?
Yeah.
As parents, our role when it comes to our kids' purpose is we have to help them discover their purpose. We have to guide them. We have to support them, and we have to hold them accountable. That's what we have to do as parents.
Exactly. And you understand as well procrastination. You tell them, why wait? This is already something that you're living yourself. So when you have parents who procrastinate and who just live in it, it's really hard. So let's dive into the next question. Okay. Mm-hmm. So do you think that every parent can do what you've done so far? Like this is and like how they can do, just give them what is a missing secret. I just want you to say only one secret, okay? Like what parents can do to really bring these kind of things, and like, because it's not easy to do it when you don't know how to do it. But when you see parents like you say, oh yeah, you're a coach, you've got your career coaching, you know what to do. Me, I'm just having a 9-to-5 job. Like, I can't do that. But it is possible for every parent. This is why we're doing this podcast, because we want to give hope to every parent. It is possible. And even if you didn't do the right thing when they were young, there is still time to shift it. You know, it starts with the secret that Lucy is going to share. One secret. One or two. It's one or two.
The first question was, can anybody do it? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Actually better than me, because I'm actually winging it. I'm not going to lie to you. People think I'm an expert. I am not. Listen, guys, this is what I do. Of course, I'm a professional coach. Of course, I'm a leadership coach to youth. But of course, I'm certified. But what I do, what you guys don't know, is I work on myself. I work on myself. Like I said earlier, you have to be able to work on yourself. That's number one. And right now, if you hear me, if you are in the sound of my voice right now, and you are not at that level where you feel like you have what it takes to lead your kids, ask for help, guys. Please ask for help. There are people who can help your teenagers right here with you. Like if I get a parents right now, I'm gonna say, you can't just send your teenager to me and say, Lucy, can you help me? Can you help my son or my daughter become, who they want to be? No. I'm going to hold your hand. You can say, we're going to do it together. I'm going to show you exactly what I do that works. I'm going to show you what I read in that work. I'm going to start with you. And of course, I'm going to teach some things to your youth. But you and I, as a parent, we're going to sit down together and we're going to work together, because you are the person who live with them in the house.
Exactly. And that is exactly when you talk about that finding help. This is why I give those 30 minutes clarity call, with parents, so that we can actually have that conversation with parents and teenagers, so they can actually start understanding where we're going and how I can help them as well, because this is so key. Finding help and not doing things by yourself, it doesn't really help, especially if you don't know how to do it. Thank you.
And when it comes to help as well, please be careful, parents. Be careful, because just don't find any type of people out there. This is one thing that I tell my I said, I can never go out there and ask for marriage advice to someone who is divorced 5 times. You understand my point?
Yeah.
My point is I am not coming to any type of coach or whatever who doesn't know what he's doing, who doesn't have the experience in working with kids. With kids, it's not going to work. You cannot read something from a book and come and try to teach my kids. It's not going to work.
Yes.
For example, you Ellen, you might not have children, but you are the teacher. You work with those kids in classrooms, so you work with them, and you know their mindset, and you are a professional coach, and you live the thing, and you already have the experience. So it's easy for you to tell parents, "I'm not with them at home, but this is what I see." In the same time, I see with kids, and this is from my experience. So I can trust you with my kids because I know I know what the foundation. Listen, guys, parents, when you want to look for the help you're looking for, please pay attention. Do your research. Pay attention to who they are. You can
the right values, if they have the right moral values.
Yeah,
the values are important.
I'm saying this because here is the thing. I always say to people, before you start following someone, you better know where they're going. Where are those people that you're following are going? Where are they going? Are they leading you to hell? Are they leading your kids to hell? Are they leading them to frustration? Are they leading to happiness, to purpose? Where are they leading you? If you don't know where someone is going themselves, can you really trust them not only with your life or your kids' life? It's key.
Yeah, and one more thing just to dive into that is, as you said, for me, is the values and how the person work with integrity, character, the language that they actually use when they're not on camera. And this is another thing as well, because you can, and this is the thing that we need to install in teenagers or children, is like having character. This is so key. Like this is one of the principles, one of the keys, to grow into becoming better and purpose driven. And it's really that core thing that people don't have, because people are really good at hiding and faking behind closed doors. But when you actually see who they are really in the light, you like what they show, but are they really the same person behind closed doors? So all of that are very important to me. Even when people talk or express themselves, yes, I think that I have like people who are mentoring me, that inspires me, but I really want to see their character and their values
behind the doors.
It's very important, and what people say about them as well.
Thank you. Behind the doors, their reputation, because whatever we see on camera and everything is good, but I want to know what is going on behind the doors. I want to know if whatever you're teaching people is working for you first.
Period. I love it. Drop the mic, as I say.
I'll tell you something, Helen. It's hard. It's very hard for me to teach all type of topics out there. I teach a lot, but there's so many things that I can't teach because I know that it doesn't work for me yet. Yes, to be honest, everything that I've been teaching over the years, it only works for me. That's the reason why when I work with parents, I tell them things. I say, listen, guys, I'm not going to do something that I invented. I'm going to tell you what I tried and what was working for me. So far, this is what I've been doing with my kids, and it's working so far. I'm showing you the things that are working. I can also show you the things that are not working, but I'm going to show you the things that are working so far for me. I'm not going to try to invent something. And as a matter of fact, it's not easy. Parents, please understand. I mean, we understand each other, right? Parents, it is so hard. It's frustrating. It's difficult. When you have that baby, when you had that baby in your hands at the beginning, you were excited. You knew that baby was everything that God sent you. It was a joy and everything. So you see them grow and everything. You're excited. Once they hit those teenage years, they started to say no. They start doing things in the back, on the back. They start doing things behind your back, and they do things, and you're like, wait a minute, this is not the kid that I raised. It hurts. I understand where you are. I mean, I understand the way you feel, but that's the reason why you have to step in and ask for help if you need some, the right help. And you have to go back to yourself and say, what do I need to do in order for me to serve those children better? Because if they're acting a certain way, it means there is some type of information that is missing. If you allow me to say this, we know whatever we hear, the Bible says faith comes from hearing.
Hearing the word of God.
Because faith comes from hearing, you have to make sure that you monitor what your kids are hearing. You have to make sure that you monitor what they watch, what they see, what they hear, what they think. If you don't do those things, because that's where trouble comes from the outside sources. And it's difficult. I know how difficult it is. But it's a battle. It is a battle that you can win if you ask for help, if you start working with your own self, with yourself. You start changing what you hear yourself. You start working on yourself so that eventually you can become the example, and they're going to see, even if you talk and they don't listen, trust me, I promise you, they're going to observe you. And sometimes they're going to be like, you know what? She's right. He's right.
I like that. We are closing now, but that was amazing. I wanted to ask you a question at the end to say, give us a nugget, but you already said everything. You already gave everything to parents, and we already know it. So that's beautiful. So thank you so much, guys, for watching Empowering the Next Generation podcast. We did a one-off live session. This is exactly what I do. It's on my website, www.thekeysforsuccess.com. I have that podcast where you can hear different programs with different guest speakers that can enlighten you as a parent to raise purpose-driven teens. So thank you so much, Lucie, for coming. I'm so grateful to have you as a friend. You are just amazing. Blessings.
Pleasure. Bye.